All right, so we haven't talked about real estate much, but I know this person very well because I talk to them every day through Elevate 90. So every single day he sends me a text message. I have not responded the last 3 days. I've been a little bit busy, and my QP was down because of the new update, because I have one of the original accounts. So now it is fixed. I'll be able to respond to everything today. But Phillip is a person that pivoted. An example of, I'm doing something that works, I found possible cracks, and he decided to pivot. And I think this is a perfect example of when you pivot and you don't wait too late, you can be in front of the market. So if you pivot before it's too late, you're going to be behind and you're never going to come up. So please welcome real estate investor, my good friend and coach, Phillip Warrick.
Thank you, JT.
How are you, buddy?
All right.
By the way, just for the record, I have something for you. I did not forget from May, so if you know what to talk about. And by the way, I forced him by being tough on him and being JT-like to work out, and now he works out more than me. And I have to say, man, you look really good. Doesn't it look really good, right? He's on the bike all the time listening to me, and by the way, before he used to wake up at 6:30, now I get his messages. I'm up. I'm like, okay, I get it. You're up now. After it's cool the first week, after like a month and a half. But you've achieved a lot of success. Your bread and butter, Phillip, was sort of the sort of Airbnb model, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and you have a lot of properties in the Houston area, is that correct?
Yes, that is
And
correct.
then you started pivoting a little bit in your business model because we saw cracks in the market and you start seeing the amount of work that you're doing with the margin. So tell us about the transition of the pivot and what are you learning right now about the art of the deal making?
Yeah, so as a full-time real estate investor for over 20 years, I know that we have to pivot. We got to be prepared to move when the market moves and to change when the market changes. And upon your advice, we did list some houses for sale and got them sold pretty quick at before the market turned, which was really good. Great results.
Well, my point is this. If Phillip was a person that was in love with his properties, right? In love with the $200-300 cash flow, let's say, of a property. And I said, Phillip, we're at the top of the market. It's more likely to go down. You need to sell, bring the fugu, bring the money home, right? And then you'll always find greater and better deals, right? And when you hold on to an asset too long, and some of you have had this discussion with you and you didn't listen to me and now the property's down 20%. Same thing with the stock market. A lot of people talk about, oh, look where the stock market is now. It made a comeback. It's going down. Everybody's firing people. So it's not, it's all emotional as well. So you've taken the emotions out of real estate investing in essence. And so what do you think is your key, why you've been able to accumulate a very large portfolio of properties? And you do something a little bit different. You actually really deal with distressed homeowners and you get down to a level and pretty much get the deal before everybody else. Very rarely, last week you're like, I got 6 deals, right? And that's a lot. Right? And they're all good deals as well. So talk to me about the process of your business model.
Yeah, so we do a lot of our own marketing. So direct with seller is always going to be the best deals to get, right? You can buy off of wholesalers. We buy off wholesalers sometimes as well. And I train wholesalers. I coach wholesalers to go out there and do the marketing, to make the 100 offers, to bring the deals to me that we could either wholesale together, that we could possibly purchase directly from them, right?
So, this applies to everything, but let's talk about real estate. There's a lot of people who don't make it. I think of Uncle Paulie. I know why he's successful, right? Because, the guy puts tons of offers and he works all the time. But when you've worked with a lot of people too, why do you think some people make it and some people don't?
They give up too quick. They give up too quick.
Give us an example of giving up too quick.
Well, it takes 100 no's to get to that one yes, right? And that's what you teach us all the time. It's like it takes persistent, continuous action towards achieving those dreams and to achieve those, and most people give up before they get to those 100 no's.
I tell people this, right? In order to make $5 million a year, like we do in real estate, we have to look at 5,000 properties, whether it's Paulie or whoever, right? It doesn't mean we got to physically 5 properties, but you're getting a lot of deals. So if you average, let's say, $50,000 a deal, you have to do 100 deals, so $5 million. So if I say to this, you need to look at 5,000 properties, right, or offered 5,000 properties, so you could do 100, and you're going to make $5 million. But people put 20 offers, or 2 offers, or 1 offer a week. The number of phone calls you make and offers you make isn't direct proportionate to the success you're going to have. And so, as you have noticed, and obviously my partner, Uncle Paul, has noticed, is that sometimes people come back, especially now. Maybe not as much in the last couple of years because there was multiple, we're kind of spoiled, right? Of like, oh, we put an offer on day one and then we have like 12 offers. Like, that's not happening anymore. And we got spoiled. And I know a lot of you are frustrated with, oh, the rate's gone up. We are paying the bill that's due. Like, there's all this free money that nobody was complaining about. It's like, we're like, hey, don't give me free money. Hey, it's going to go up. Everyone took the free money, and a lot of people took advantage of the free money. And so the bill is due, right? Difference between me and everybody, I cashed in before knowing that. And of course, there's a few of them that, we tried to cash in and we didn't, and offers fell through. But now, good old-fashioned fundamentals, just like 19, 18, 17, like we did, right? It's going to require like the art of the skill making, dealing with emotions of distressed homeowners, right? Which you are very good at as well. And you're also very good at holding people's hand. So I know a lot of your clients do very well. So what is it about you that allows your clients to do very well?
So what allows my clients to do very well with me is just the 20 years of experience, to be able to guide them and show them what works, how to be consistent, how to be persistent in doing and taking the actions that they need to take to get the deals done, and having perspective, somebody to bounce ideas off of, whether it's a good deal or not, and what to do, what not to do.
So investors have a lot of problem right now, people like you, where wherever you put your attention is, if there's a fire, you'll move there, and the fire are going to go in there. And you realize that the people that work for us don't think like us. They just don't think like us. And it's frustrating because if you're not there, then mistakes happen. And I think every single one of us here comes to that realization. And, you asked me that question, and I thought about it. And I just said, for right now, what we need to do is to buckle down. And yeah, we may have to put out fires ourselves, but eventually everyone will flame out because they just don't know how to deal. They haven't built the resilience in the last 2 years like many of you do, right? The greatest opportunities are coming. But a lot of people who are not ready. It's like you haven't worked out and then you figure, okay, now I got to run a marathon. Well, you're not going to run very far. So I'm going to ask you a question. You've achieved a lot of success sustainably, which is not just 1 year, 20 years in the business. What is the number one key to success for people to become successful? Real estate or anything?
Coaching. I would say having a mentor, somebody to give you that next step guidance that you need to hold you accountable and to help you see the things that you don't believe that you can achieve and to show you the way.
Yeah, in closing, I know you very well. You're very successful, and you've gone through a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Especially very recently, you lost, your best friend and all that, while dealing with issues on properties and all at the same time. And I remember telling him this, dude, nothing you can do about it. Put it in a different compartment. That's right? Keep pushing through. It sucks. Most good days as an entrepreneur, guys, they're not good. There's problems constantly. I have so many problems right now, just backstage, just like the amount of problems that we're dealing with. But I know that we will solve it. And you cannot get debilitated by the bad problems. You have to push through. I've gone through a lot of adversity, personal adversity this year. I know you have. And, even Uncle Paulie going through some realizations about his past and his family to realize that, what? There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. I think a lot of you are so good to so many people, but they don't reciprocate back. You don't owe anybody anything, right? But you owe yourself first, because if you don't love yourself first and you don't believe in yourself first, you're no good to anybody else. And, Philip was so successful, but he didn't get it yet. And then once he did, physically, look amazing, by the way. Mindset, confidence, and more importantly, you're the real deal. So thank you for being here.
Right.
Good job.
Thank you for having me.